Okay, so these are the fundamentals when it comes to trading success. These are the things that you need to understand. So, as I'm saying, when it comes to the system or when it comes to the structure, so the system includes your what? Your strategy. What are the things are you going to consider or factor before you execute a trade? So that's when the pattern recognition comes in. So every trader that you see on the internet is having a pattern or is having a pattern that when it appears he executes. Okay, so every successful trader is having a pattern. So the moment the pattern happens, then you will be able to bet on. So for me, as an example, there's no way I'm going to bet on a pattern that I've not seen it happening, like happening over and over and over again, that I don't have data on. There's no way I'm going to bet into trading. You need to understand what pattern are you going to trade. Okay, so patterns are like shapes. So when you were in primary school, you were taught shapes. Okay, so patterns are like shapes: triangle, rectangle, pentagon, and those stuffs. It's the same thing when it comes to trading. What is your pattern that you see? Okay, so that's why sometimes you hear some people saying head and shoulder pattern, double top, triple top, and those things. They are all patterns that the person has really observed it for a very long time, and the person has noted, or the trader has noted that, oh, this pattern, when it happens, it plays out. And every single trader is having its own pattern. Okay, its own pattern based on your experience, or based on the person, or from the person that you learned from. You get it? So you need to know your pattern. So when it comes to me, okay, for the things that I mostly consider, the things that I consider are mostly the breakouts and what's these are the patterns. So how did I even know that this thing mostly, or how am I going to assure you that when this thing happens, it's mostly what plays out? It's because I've observed it for good 6 years. You get it? I have observed this particular thing for good 6 years, and I noticed that when this thing happens, it plays out. And I have data that can prove, and we can do back testing, or we can do live testing, and you notice that it's really plays out. You get it? And you can notice that it's really what plays out more often. So if you are a trader and you don't have pattern, and you just come to the market based on vibes and hopes, it's going to be very difficult for you to find your feet, or for you to see successful or profitability when it comes to this game. So that's why it is very important you educate yourself, learn from a mentor, and after getting the person's pattern, what you have to do is what? Kindly what? Practice. If you buy that, if you everything is going to work out front for you, you need to put in the work. And one mistake a lot of people to do is what? When you tell them to do this, they also think like, oh, this thing I have to do, find my way out, and they don't mostly respect what you are teaching them. They just go their way. And that is why mostly people too, when they get themselves educated, they still don't find consistency. So I can tell you that, or I can just assure you that what most people that I've been observant with this thing. I started training. I've trained a lot of people, more than 500,000 people traders. And one common thing that I've seen, those who are very obedient and those who are successful with my passing through my training is what? Those who kind of stick to what I teach mostly succeed than those who think like, oh, they have to just find their way out. When you tell them this is the time frame I focus on, they are also going to, maybe if I tell them this is H4 time frame is where you have to find your directional bias, those people decide to go to the 30 minutes to find their directional bias. Those are the people who mostly what suffers, or those are the people who mostly find it very difficult to see consistent profitability in the market. That is what I've found. Okay, because some of the things are uncontrollable factors. I can't change what to do. I'm teaching you what I can control is to teach you what I focus on. But if the person decides to do his own thing with those things, I can't control. You get it? That's why sometimes even some people go through the training, they still don't find consistent. I have some students that I can tell. Those people, I told them that, see, this game I've been in for long, and we having many ways you can make money in this trading niche. Okay, it's the same thing when it comes to making money. Making money, there are millions of ways you can make money. You get it? You can do graphic design, you can sell this, you can do trading, you can do crypto, you can do a lot of ways to make money. You can do YouTube, you can do this, you can do a lot of ways. Focus on one. Be a master. For me, I focus on trading. I'm very good at trading. That is how to make money. It's the same thing in trading. We're having different systems. We're having different ways you can trade. So I would say trading is like trading is spirituality. Okay, because no matter what you focus on, or no matter what you see, every single week the pattern is going to repeat itself. You get it? The pattern is going to repeat itself. So just focus on one particular pattern. Even if within a week it happens once and it is like highly assured that it is going to play out, that's fine. You get it? You can still make money. It is not about hitting it every day. It is about getting one particular assured pattern that mostly plays out. That is all what you need. You don't have to trade all instruments. You don't have to trade everything. You just have to focus on few things and you are going to be making money in the market. You get it? But a lot of people are doing a lot of things. That is why they are finding it very, very difficult to be profitable. You get it? That's why they are finding it very difficult to profit. So during the training, I'm going to show you, focus on this, focus on this. There was this guy, I don't know whether this man, I told him to focus on this. And gradually, he's seeing results. You get it? Gradually, he's seeing results. So don't try to be doing a lot of things. I've done this thing for 6 years, and we're having a lot of strategies. Okay, a lot of strategy. When you bring all these strategies down to how to trade profitably, it's all about market structure and support and resistances. Okay, it's all about market structure and support and resistance. So focus on a few things and you are going to be profitable, and get yourself educated too as well. Yeah, so let's talk about the things that I mostly focus on when I come to the chart. So when it comes to gold, the upcoming week, these are what I'm expecting. So gold has gotten to all-time high. So let's look at the fundamentals and see the upcoming with the upcoming weeks, the news that are about to be released, the high impact news that is going to affect the market, or that is going to cause chaos in the market. Okay, so you need to focus on the high impact news. Those are the news that mostly affect the market. Okay, it's very volatile, so it's going to cause the market to move rapidly. So on Monday, which is going to be 22nd, 6 a.m. okay, 6 a.m. GMT, we are going to be having GBP news. Okay, GBP news. So when the news is about to release, mostly 1 hour 30 minutes to this news release, I don't execute trade. Okay, I'll wait for the news to be released before I'll execute my trade. Okay, so after the news has been released, 5 minutes to the news release, then I execute. So 6 a.m. and mostly on Mondays too, Monday lending session, I don't execute. That is my rules. Okay, that is my rules. So it's the same thing. It's like mostly when you go to the fishing areas, you have some days that you have to go, you can't go for fishing. So when it comes to trading too, at least you need to have some exceptions. You need to have something that you don't do that makes you different from other trader. Okay, something that you don't do that makes you different from trader B. Okay, you don't have, or maybe you see some traders, I don't trade gold. This one will say, I trade gold. This is what makes you unique. All these things were based on your experience level. So I mostly don't execute trades. I will kindly wait for maybe the New York Stock Exchange session, New York to New York Stock Exchange session. That's when I mostly execute. I have my reason, okay, and it is backed by data. You get it? It is backed by data. So when you join the training, I'm going to explain the reason I don't mostly execute on Mondays, especially when it comes to currencies. And I'm going to give you a proof and a data to back all these things. You get it? So if you're a beginner, you need to sacrifice, okay? You are going to sacrifice your money to learn this the hard way. And if you are not fortunate, it's going to be even very difficult to figure out this. And trading is not all about technical analysis. Maybe you draw your trend lines. There are things that you need to know when it comes to the time you need to trade, when it comes to some of the commodities that are, some of the instruments that are profitable, or some of the assets that are profitable to trade, and some of them that are not profitable to trade. All these things, if you are learning or if you are starting out as a beginner, it is going to be very hard to do. You are going to be doing everything, and you see you are not making money. You are not making money. It's like you be wondering, why are you not making money? Why are you not making money? It is not your technical analysis. It is the time you are trading. It is the instruments you are trading. You get it? It is the pattern that you need to waiting for candle to close above a reactional level or a support level that you are not waiting for. That is why you are losing. All these things you need to get yourself educated. So trading is not an easy thing. So don't be lied to. Trading is very, very difficult. You need the experience, someone who knows exactly what he's doing to educate you on. Okay. So I have my reason on why I don't execute trades on Monday morning, especially when it comes to currencies. Okay. I don't execute on them. So during the training, I will explain. So Monday, we are going to be having this news event, and the rest all day Japanese. So this is not something that's going to, yeah. So we don't have USD high impact news. So the market might be slow because of no high impact news during the New York session. Okay, so Tuesday too. So I think this week we have a lot of high impact news. So if you are not seeing the yellow and the orange folders, it's because I've filtered out, because mostly these are the news that mostly have impact. That's why I'm kind of focusing on only this one. I don't want to crowd my this thing with a lot of folders. So that's why I'm kind of focusing on only these few. Okay. So this week on USD, we are going to be having flash PMI. All these things are going to cause chaos or going movements in price. Okay. So these are the few data that we are having. So this week is going to be very, very volatile. Okay, price is going to move. So on Wednesday, I think it's cool. But mostly when you don't have high impact news too, the market become very slow, especially when it comes to USD. Okay, the market mostly become very slow. So CHF2, we are going to be having their interest rate to be released by their central banks. Okay, so this week is going to be very volatile. So you don't have any bank holidays this week. The market, as in the London session and the US, as in the New York session. Okay, you don't have any bank holiday. The bank holiday is JPY. With JPY, it mostly happens. It's very active during the Asian session, so we are not much concerned about it. Okay, so the rest is secondary. So we are going to be very cautious about the news releases. Okay, especially when the news is about to be released, high impact news about to be released. It is very, very important you stay out from the market, because one thing is what news are highly uncertain, unpredictable, okay, and it is going to cause rapid movements in price. So this is what mostly happens. So let me show you. Let me give you an example. This week, I think there was a FOMC news release. Let me show you. Let me give you an example of the effect when high impact news is released. These are the things that you are going to be seeing. So this was FOMC, okay, Federal Open Market Committee. That's the interest rate release on the US or the dollar. So you see what happened. This something like this you don't see something like this you don't see it in the market, as in a normal market you don't see something of this sort. Okay, but this happens mostly when there was high impact news. Why do you want to trade the news? Okay, news, like with a normal day when the market is moving normal, you can be making profit. Why do you want to trade news? Because of the hype on the social media. Please, when there was high impact news to be released, don't trade it, avoid it. You are not going to be profitable doing those things. Those things are highly gambling. You get it? Highly gambling in the sense that the probability or the chances of you winning is very slim or low. That's why I'm saying it. It's highly gambling. Okay, your chances of winning is very, very low. Do also, but see what is what the market is moving. This is stay from market when you leave. This course about release is comment out from the market when the normal I practice this okay discipline. If also you want to what telling who is the like that what you need to avoid it. So this is going to is going to be very, very, very volatile. Okay, so to be very, especially all going to release. Okay, when this new so on Tuesday, I might yeah. So a lot of things to meet all the news you can stay out from the market is very, very important. because when it comes to high impact news, see, the market is not moved by the support and resistances we draw on the chart. What moves the market is what economic activities, social activities, political activities. So when these news are about to be released, investors are kind of very reserved, waiting for the outcome of these news releases before they take action. Why do you $10 trader, you want to go and trade at that moment or at that period? Why do you want to? Can you move the market? You get it. Follow the path of the big investors. You follow the path of the market makers, those who move the market. You follow the path. Okay, when they move, when they move or when they take a step, you follow their steps. That's what we do. Don't try to predict, or don't try to move them. You can't move the market with your $10. Doesn't move the market. Okay, the $10 doesn't move. The big banks, those who handle huge funds, are the ones that move the market. If you have huge funds and you are just staying in your one corner, you can still make an impact in the market, but it's going to take huge funds for you to make an impact in the market. So that's what you need to understand about the market. It is not moved by a technical. So that's why sometimes when some people do analysis and it doesn't move their way, they are kind of, why has the market not moved in my way? You don't move the market. I don't move the market. You get it? You don't move. You can't move the exchange rate. You are trading exchange rate. Can you move the Ghana cedis? You get it? Unless maybe the central bank, or unless maybe the government decides. So you see, in Ghana, the government, when the new political party came on power, you see what they cost to the exchange rate. Those are the people that have control when it comes to moving the exchange rate. You as an individual, difficult for you to, unless maybe you are collective and you have huge funds and you decide to move it, that's fine. But you as an individual with your 2 cities, 3 cities, you can't move, or you can't make an impact on the appreciating of the cedi or the depreciating of your local currency. It doesn't work that way. You get it? You need huge funds. You get it? You need huge funds to move them. So technical analysis doesn't move price. What moves price is what? The economic activity. That's what you need to understand about when it comes to appreciating of the exchange rate and the depreciating of the exchange rate. So what you have to do is to follow the path. Don't try to take the lead. You get it? Don't try to take the lead. Follow the path of the big players. Follow the path of what? The decision makers, and you are going to be profitable doing it that way or such way. You get it? Such way. Yeah, so let's try and do some market projection. What are you? So please, are you people there? And are you enjoying the class? Are you guys enjoying the class? If you are enjoying it, let me know. Yes, are you enjoying the class? Are you enjoying the class?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to, as a trader, you need to understand the fundamental. Trading is very simple. Okay. Trading is not, I'm not saying it's very simple does not mean it is easy. Trading is simple, but it's not easy. You get it? It is not easy. It is not easy to make money from, but it's very simple. If you are focused, it is the same thing in life. If you focus on the simple stuffs, not trying to impress people, not trying to make people know that your presence is here, life is going to be very simple. It's the same thing in trading. In trading too, if you focus on the simple stuffs, if you focus on just the simple things, trading is really, really going to be very simple and easy for you. You get it? Focus on the basic things. So for me, I focus on what you need to understand about trading profitability is what are the fundamentals. And understand the fundamentals doesn't mean you are going to be an economist. You don't have to be an economist. Just understand when the news is about to be released. Stay out from the market. It's not even important to even understand the data. All what you are going to be doing is just stay out from the market when the news are going to be released, and focus on your the technical analysis. So I check my fundamental analysis. These are the news that are about to be released. Then I focus on my technical analysis. I have my particular patterns that I focus on. Then I make sure if this thing happens, I'm going to execute. Okay. If this thing happens, then I'm going to be executing. So when I come to the chart on the upcoming week, these are what I'm going to be expecting. Okay. This is my system part. This is what I'm going to be expecting. On the monthly time frame, gold has gotten to, or it's still in all time, it has gotten to all time high. Okay, it's retraced a bit. Okay, at the monthly time frame is still high. So with the monthly time, one thing you need to understand is what we are trading. We mostly analyze based on historic price data. So where is the historic price data? Price, anytime price is moving, it's look left. Okay, so if you look left on gold, there's no data to our left. You get it? So we can't make decision based on that. There's no data to our left. Okay, unless, so you look left and you come down. That's how to analyze. You look left and you come down. That is how to analyze. So if you look left, you see there's no data. So you see there was going to be this, I don't know whether it's bird or dove or what. You see there's no data to our left. You get it? There's no data. So you have to look down. So if I look down, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Okay, price is always going to react on the immediate, as in the immediate price action. Okay, so what did we see over here? When you come down, there was some equilibrium level over here. Equilibrium simple means what? Where buyers and sellers meet. Okay, where buyers and sellers meet is the same thing. The equilibrium levels are the same thing at the support and resistance. Don't be focused on this big grammar people are saying, other block, liquidity this, liquidity this. These things are very simple. Trading is very simple. Okay, it's very simple, but not easy. So if price is coming down, I'm expecting this is the level next week. I'm expecting if gold is retracing, then on the monthly time frame, this is where gold is going to rest to make decision. You get it? It's going to rest to make decision. So when gold is moving down, there's no, like, it is going to move freely, very sharp, very speedy, okay, very rapidly, very fast, because nothing is going to interrupt gold to move down, or this asset to move down. With price action, there was what? Clean price is going to move freely. There was no equilibrium point where, so equilibrium points are basically or mostly the battle levels. Okay, it is a battle levels. You get it? So you see mostly when you get to U10 or when you get to a T-square with the drivers, those who drive over here, when you get to a T-square like this, you see mostly because car is coming from this side, car is coming from this side, this side. Mostly when they get to this point, it's kind of, you have to wait for this, from those coming from this side to either move, or you wait from those coming here to wait. It's the same thing when it comes to this support and resistance level. They are battlefield. That's why when your price gets to those levels, you mostly wait. Okay, you mostly wait. Either if you are already in trade, you take your profits. Okay, you take your profits, or you wait for price to break out before you make a decision. If you are not in the trade already. So if price is coming down, this is the level that I'm expecting a reaction. Okay, but when it is coming down, because this one does no data to our left, price is going to move freely. You get it? So if I'm going to make decision, this is the level, this is my decision level. Okay, this is my decision level. This is the level that I'm going to make my decision. I hope you get it. This is the level that I'm not going to make decision over here, because it is like trying to, if you are driving and you are on a highway, trying to stop on a highway, if you are not careful, another car is going to smash you. So that's why it's very important you wait for a level, you wait for a parking place that you can park. You get it? Wait for a parking place. That's why mostly those car that parks in what? A highway, they mostly cause accident, because those are not places that you need to stop. It's the same thing in trading. When I'm focused, it depends on the time frame too that you're focused. If I'm focusing on the monthly time frame, if price is coming down, there's no way I'm going to take trade over here, because when price is coming, it is going to come in a full speed. It is not going to rest. This is the level price is going to rest to make decisions. So this is my decision area. Okay, this is the parking. This is where drivers are, especially when it comes to the trotro. This is where the commercial cars are going to pick passengers. This is where I'm also going to join the bus. You get me? This is where I'm also going to plan to join the bus. I'm not going to join the bus when price is coming down. Over here. Okay, so one thing you need to understand too is what I'm talking about is based on the time frame you're focusing. If you move to time frame lower than the monthly, you can notice that you can be taking decision when price is coming down. So you need to understand time frame, time frame trading too as well. You get the time frame correlation. You need to understand that one too. So when it comes, let's say if I'm focusing on the monthly time frame, this is the time frame, this is the level that I'm going to make decision. Understand this. We trade on what levels. You don't trade at any time when price is moving. You can't catch a falling knife. If a knife is falling, you try to catch it in the air. it's going to cut you. You get it? You wait for the knife to land before you catch it, or you pick it up. It's the same thing when it comes to this market too as well. I'm not going to try to catch when gold is coming down. I'm going to catch. When it comes to monthly, this is the level that I'm going to make a decision. If price break over here, then maybe I will decide to take a sell, look for entry and take a sell. If price gets here, then I'll decide to look for a buy. These are the things that you need to look for when it comes to what trading. You get it? These are the things that you need to look for. So the monthly time frame, this is the level that I'm expecting price to come down. So when you go to the weekly time frame, so you don't have enough time, let me wrap it up so that I'll take your questions. So on the weekly time frame on gold, so this is where you have to know. So with gold, okay, where gold has gotten to now at this point, maybe price can come over here. You get it? Price can come over here, but at this point on the weekly time frame, based on the market, based on price action, based on price, how price is behaving, okay, what I'm expecting is what I'm still expecting gold to keep on moving up, because nothing shows the trend has changed. That is what a lot of people mostly get it confused. If you come to the market, you need to ask yourself, where is price heading to? It is very, very important. So predicting the market is not like a magic. It's you understanding where price is heading to follow the path. So when I look at the weekly time frame on gold, looking at the trend, looking at how price is behaving, the trend is still an uptrend. I don't have to take a sell when it comes to the weekly time frame. If you're taking a sell, it is at your own risk, because the major players, those who move the market, are all thinking about what? Pushing in more money when it comes to the base currency. Okay, if so, the base currency at this point is the base currency, the gold. So they are thinking of what? Buying more of gold. They are not thinking of selling their gold. Why do you want to go and sell your gold with your, maybe you don't even have any quarter ounce of gold? You want to go and sell gold. So looking at the weekly time frame over here, gold is still what? Trending up. Okay, if you look at the bigger picture, gold is still trending up. So based on my weekly time frame, I'm still going to be taking a buy. You get it? I'm still going to be looking for, maybe when I move to the lower time frame, looking for a pullback, then I'm going to be taking a buy. Unless maybe the trend has shifted. Okay, unless maybe the trend has shifted over here. Unless maybe the trend shifts over here before I'll be looking for taking a sell. If not, I'm still into what? Buy more of gold. That's what I'm looking for. So this is the weekly projection. So the weekly time, and one thing too that makes it very difficult is what? You don't know when the trend is ending. So that's why sometimes when you are buying gold, it's kind of very risky, because you don't know when gold is going to what? Like make a huge fall. So when it happens like that, one thing you need to consider is what? You look at the fundamentals. Okay, you look at the fundamentals and see what the big players are saying about what? Their decision on gold. You see what the US economy is doing. Okay, are they recovering? Is the US economy recovering? You get it? Are people having trust in the US economy, or still they don't have trust in the US economy? If they don't have trust in the US economy, especially when it comes to investors, then what you can do at this point is what? You keep on buying, but you don't know when maybe when it is going to retrace. That's the difficult part when it comes to when price moves all-time high. It's very difficult. So you don't stay in the trade for long. You get it? You don't stay in the trade for long. As I'm saying, the price mostly what moves, it's mostly head to what? It's mostly when it gets to reactional level, that's when decisions are made. Okay, but at this point, when you look at our left, there's no data to our left for us to make decision on where either gold is going to retrace, or maybe gold is going to. There's a tough decision to be made at this level. You don't have something of that sort over here. So at this point, when you enter gold, don't be in the trade for long, because you don't know exactly where it is going to retrace. You get it? You don't. So you combine or you blend your technical analysis together, then you make decisions. So maybe we can move to the daily time. When we come to the daily time frame, so I think with the daily time frame, at this point, we can know, or you can make decision over here that when price gets to this level, okay, when price gets to this level, maybe price can just start reversing. Okay, at the daily time frame, price can start reversing over here. So when you move to the lower time frame, I think a decision can be made on if you take a buy, where we have to maybe take our profit. Okay, where we have to sell gold. You get, so when price gets over here, this is a battlefield, a level where decision is going to be made. You get it? So when price gets to this point, what I'm going to be waiting for is what? If I want to keep on buying gold, then I have to wait for the candle to break above this one, then what? A decision to make, and what? Maybe I take some profit over there, then I what? Just release my investment by selling it. You get, because there's no decision to my left, there's no price action to my left to make decision. That's what you need to understand about what? Gold. Okay, that's what you need to understand. So at the weekly time frame, I'm still expecting the continuation of what? The move. I hope you people are with me. I'm still expecting the continuation of the move, but when it gets to what? When price gets to this point, at this point I'm going to what? Just wait for price to break above, then I'll make a decision. So if you move time frame lower, so during the training, okay, during the upcoming training, I'm going to explain time frames that you need to focus on to look for your directional bias, what you need to look for. Okay, it is not about candle breaking, then you just make a decision that you are going to buy. There are things that you need to factor or consider before a decision of that sort is going to be made. So if you have not joined the training, please kindly so and book it and join. Invest in yourself. Okay, it's very important. So when price break, that is when maybe a decision is going to be made on either price is going to keep on moving up. So I'm still rooting for a buy on gold, because looking at the weekly time frame, price keeps on what? Moving up. There's no data or nothing signals or nothing shows that price is going to what? Reverse. So at this point, I'm still rooting for a buy for gold at this point. Okay. So let's look at Nasdaq. Okay, mostly when it comes to the stock market, mostly when people lose confidence in their currency, they mostly invest in the stock market too as well. So maybe Nasdaq too can keep on moving up. Okay, it's kind of have positive correlation with gold. Okay, so the Nasdaq is just the tech companies. Okay, 100 tech companies in the US. Yeah, so I'm still with Nasdaq 2, price can still keep on moving up. Okay, you see Nasdaq 2 is in all-time high. Okay, Nasdaq 2 is still in all-time high. The indices, okay, is still in all-time high. So with this one too, I'm still rooting for what? Price to keep on moving, because nothing shows price is going to reverse unless maybe you look at the fundamental analysis. I don't have much information with the fundamentals on what is happening. So with the technicals or with what has been presented to me over here, I'm still rooting for what? Gold to keep on buying. Okay, I still rooting for gold to keep on buying. Sorry, the indices, that's the NAS 100 or the Nasdaq, to keep on buying. Okay, so this is the point, maybe unless maybe there was a trend change over here before I'll be looking for a sell. Other than that, at the weekly time frame, I'm still rooting for what? A buy for the trend to continue at the weekly time frame. Maybe we have a lot of fundamentals this week, so maybe we can be having what? We can be having what do you call it? We can be having a trend change or a shift in trend. We don't know. So unless it has been released before we make a decision. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. These are the instruments that most people trade when it comes to gold. Gold, I'm still expecting it to keep on moving. So let's check the Bitcoin. Okay, so when you look at Bitcoin at this point, so looking at the weekly trend, okay, looking at the weekly trend, if you turn it to a line chart, so with Bitcoin at the weekly trend, I still maybe what's going to happen is what? Price might come up small over here. Okay, price might come up over here. Then we can have what? A reversal. Okay, price can keep on moving down. You get it? Price can keep on moving down at the weekly time frame. So looking at the daily time frame, with the daily time frame too, price can just slow down over here. So all these things, I'm a day trader. I'm not a long-term trader. So I mostly make decision at an active market decision, an active market section. That's when I mostly make decisions. So at this point, gold is kindly BTC has currently gotten to a reactional level. So you don't have to take a sell over here. What you have to do is wait for price. If price break out, okay, then you make a decision. You don't sell when price has gotten to this key level. What's the guarantee that price is going to break? Okay, you see how price is struggling. So wait for the decision, wait for price to break out, then you make a decision. Or if it gives you a signal that it's going to continue up, then you take it. At this point, I'm just waiting for a reaction. So the reaction can either break out, then I take a continuation of the trend, or maybe there was a shift in trend, then I'll take the continuation of the trend. So this is what I'm expecting it to happen. So if I'm a beginner and this looks like a jargon or like it looks gibberish in your ears, Please, during the training, I'm going to explain it in a baby steps that you can understand. You get it? I'm going to explain it in a baby steps that you can understand. So at this point, if you have any question, okay, if you have any question, kindly let me know. Drop your question, or you can talk. Let me know if you have a question. Please, are you guys there? If you have any question, let
Yes.
me know. If no question to be call it a
Hello, boss.
yes, sir.
Yes, boss. Good
Yes, sir.
evening.
Good evening.
All right. So thank you for the education. I want to ask the fundamentals. Where did you get it?
So with the fundamentals, the only platform I use or the only website I use is what forexfactory.com. I use forexfactory.com. So you can log into forexfactory.com and you're going to see it over here. So if you log in Forex, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, so you log into
Okay.
Forex Factory. You log into forexfactory.com. That's it. Please, have you seen it?
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome. Okay. Any question again? Is anyone having a question?
Hello, I have a question.
Yes,
Please,
yeah, go on. We are listening.
you said when impactful news are upcoming, we should stay away from the market. But I would like to know for how long. How long should we have to wait after the news before we can enter any trade? And
So
if
after the new,
such news are
yeah, I'm listening.
yeah, sometimes such news are almost on daily basis. Today there will be a news tomorrow, and so in that case, do you have to stay away from the market that whole week,
I'm not
or
saying
there's
stay
a
away. I
way of
said the
you know?
time. I said an hour to or 30 minutes to the major impact news. Stay out from the market or stay away from the market. That's what I'm not saying stay away for the whole week. I said the time. Maybe if the news is about to be released 12:30, 11:30 to the time for the news to be released, don't take a trade. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. So, but after the news, we see
Yeah,
how the
after the
market
news,
moves, and then we can still come back to the market, right?
yeah, you can trade. Yeah, any question again? Is anyone having a question?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, sir. Well done. We appreciate
Thank you.
your commitment to actually help us to
Okay.
find out to look for when these news are coming to be aired on the public. What are the channels that we have to focus?
I'm not hearing you.
These news are being released.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are not hearing. Your voice is down.
Yes, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, sir. I wanted to find out, do you have a particular source of news site that we have to actually focus so that we can avoid some of these step down, like you're
So
saying
I
when
just
the
said
video
Forex
is about
Factory.
to be
I said
released? Do you have a particular site?
so. I just said someone just said ask this question. So forexfactory.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, forexfactory.com. So this you go to forexfactory.com and you just sign up, and or you are going to be updated when a news is about to be released. Any question? Any question? Any question again? Any question again? Okay, so if you guys don't have question, so the training is going to be happening on 1st of October. Okay, but those I've given there's a promo going on, a discounted price going on. So if you are able to join before 24th, the discounted price is going to be $50. But after 24th, the price will move to normal to $60. Okay, so if you are interested, you just contact me, okay, and you book your seat in the upcoming training. You get it? So all these things I'm going to explain it in details on what to look for when you come to the market. You get it? All the things are going to be explained in details. So if you are interested, let me know, book your seat, and we take it from there. So on Tuesday, I'll be doing YouTube live stream. So if I've not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do so. I'll be trading live with you people. If there's I come to the chat, if there's an opportunity, we take it together. Okay, so if I've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so and subscribe. So if there was no question, see you guys. Or if you're already in my mentorship group, I hope you are going to be hearing from me from tomorrow forward. Okay, but if not, then see you all on Monday. Sorry, on Tuesday on my YouTube live stream. So, bye bye.
Bye.